The hacking collective known as Anonymous is well known for their online activism and their efforts to bring attention to instances of injustice and wrongdoing. However, they have also participated in conversations regarding the existence of extraterrestrial life and sightings of UFOs. In recent years, there have been several high-profile accounts of UFO sightings, including the release of classified footage by the Pentagon showing interactions with unidentified flying objects. One of the most prominent of these stories was that of a UFO sighting in Arizona. This has resulted in a resurgence of interest in the prospect of life in alien environments, as well as a proliferation of conjecture regarding the history of and motivations behind these enigmatic ships. In this video, we are going to investigate the viewpoint of Anonymous regarding recent UFO encounters. To begin, it is essential to emphasize the fact that Anonymous is not a solitary entity that maintains a singular, consistent point of view. Rather, it is a loosely affiliated band of individuals who share the same purpose of encouraging transparency and fighting against censorship and corruption. These are the people who make up the group. As a consequence of this, Anonymous does not have an official stance or statement regarding UFO sightings. On the other hand, a significant number of the group's members have discussed their perspectives on the issue, either on social media or in interviews. Skepticism is one of the overarching themes that arises from Anonymous's perspective on UFO sightings as a whole. The coverage of UFO sightings that is provided by mainstream media is subject to widespread criticism from a significant number of members of the group. These members argue that the media frequently sensationalizes and overstates the phenomenon in order to garner clicks and viewers. They also point out that many sightings can be readily explained as natural phenomena, or objects produced by humans, and there is no evidence that definitively supports the theory that UFOs are of alien origin. They say this to emphasize the fact that there is no proof that UFOs originate from another planet. Having said that, there are some people who call themselves members of Anonymous who are more accepting of the idea that extraterrestrial life exists, and who think that certain UFO sightings might actually be real. These people have a tendency to suggest that certain accounts of sightings are difficult to explain using conventional means, and that these sightings require additional examination. Because of this difficulty, they also point out that the United States government has a history of covering up information linked to UFO sightings, and that this lack of transparency has only served to fuel conspiracy theories and conjecture. In addition, they note that the United States government has a history of covering up information related to UFO sightings. One prominent instance of Anonymous's participation with the UFO phenomena was the group's role in the release of classified footage of UFO encounters by the United States military. This action exemplifies Anonymous's engagement with the UFO phenomenon. In 2017, the organization shared a video that showed a pilot for the United States Navy coming into contact with an unidentified flying object off the coast of San Diego in 2004. The authenticity of the video was later verified by the Pentagon, and it depicts a small, fast-moving object that appears to defy the rules of physics. The dissemination of this footage aroused increased curiosity in the potential of extraterrestrial life, as well as considerable media coverage. The release of the tape was hailed as a triumph for transparency and accountability by certain members of Anonymous. However, other members of Anonymous took a more circumspect approach when interpreting the event. They emphasized that the video itself did not provide conclusive evidence of the existence of extraterrestrial life, and that there was a possibility that the sightings may have been explained in another way. Some people have hypothesized that the items might represent experimental forms of military equipment, or perhaps a strategy for psychological warfare. The more holistic worldview that members of Anonymous tend to hold also plays a role in the formation of their viewpoint on UFO encounters. The majority of the members of the group have a skepticism toward the dominant narratives in the culture and are willing to consider alternative explanations for happenings that question the status quo. They consider themselves as a part of a bigger movement of activists and truth seekers who are fighting to expose corruption and promote transparency in all aspects of society. This movement has the goal of making all aspects of society more open and honest. Within this framework, the concept of extraterrestrial life, as well as reports of sightings of UFOs, can be interpreted as a challenge to the prevalent narrative of human exceptionalism and the concept that we are the only intelligent species in the universe. There are some members of Anonymous who believe that the potential of alien life signifies a fundamental paradigm shift in our concept of who we are and where we stand in relation to the rest of the universe. They believe that the investigation of reported sightings of extraterrestrial craft is a vital way to investigate novel ideas and points of view, as well as to challenge the prevailing paradigms of our era. However, there are other people within Anonymous who are suspicious of the concept of extraterrestrial life and feel that it is too soon to draw any conclusions based on the information currently available. They point out that there are numerous other potential explanations for UFO encounters, including natural occurrences that have been misdiagnosed, experimental military technologies, or even hoaxes. The wider repercussions that the discovery of extraterrestrial life could have are yet another angle that needs to be investigated in regard to the viewpoint of Anonymous on UFO sightings. What would it mean for humankind if the sightings of unidentified flying objects turned out to be proof of alien spacecraft? Would it make us question our notion that we are special and have an advantage over other species? Would it cause us to reevaluate our position in the cosmos and our connection to the various other kinds of life? There is a potential that some members of Anonymous may view the discovery of extraterrestrial life as a positive turn of events, because it presents the opportunity to acquire new information and work together with other intelligent species. It's possible that they consider the investigation of UFO sightings as a method to both get ready for this possibility and cultivate a more tolerant and all-encompassing outlook on the world. Others, on the other hand, could be more cautious of the consequences of having contact with extraterrestrials. They may be concerned about the potential for conflict or exploitation, as well as the ways in which such contact could upset established power structures and societal norms. They may also be concerned about the possibility of a disruption in the status quo. It's probable that they consider the investigation of UFO sightings as a method to get ready for potential dangers and advocate for more vigilance and self-control. In addition, one aspect that may play a role in the formation of Anonymous's viewpoint on UFO sightings is the group's expertise with technology and the internet. A significant number of the organization's members are proficient in the use of digital technologies for conducting investigations and bringing to light instances of censorship. It's also possible that they have a better understanding of the capabilities and restrictions of the various technologies available, which might help them make more informed judgments about the videos and accounts of UFO sightings. For instance, certain members of Anonymous might be able to recognize video editing techniques, or CGI effects, that were utilized in the production of fabricated UFO film. They could also be aware of the limitations of radar and other detecting technologies, which could make it difficult to confirm the presence of actual items in the air. This could be something that they are familiar with. On the other hand, certain members of Anonymous might be more receptive to the idea of advanced technology that are not yet well known or understood by the general public. It's likely that they view the investigation of UFO sightings as an opportunity to learn more about the capability of emerging technologies and broaden our perspective on what's actually feasible. In the end, it is highly unlikely that the question of whether or not extraterrestrial life exists and whether or not sightings of UFOs are evidence of their presence will be answered anytime soon. In spite of this, it is undeniable that the phenomena of alleged sightings of extraterrestrial craft by humans has piqued the interest of people all over the world and emerged as a contentious topic of heated public discussion. In conclusion, the hacking group known as Anonymous does not have a solitary viewpoint that is unified on the subject of UFO encounters and the potential existence of extraterrestrial life. However, many people who are part of the organization have a skepticism towards the coverage of the phenomenon that is provided by the mainstream media. They believe that there is no proof that can definitively prove the theory that UFOs come from another planet. At the same time, there are other members of Anonymous who are more open to the idea that there is life beyond Earth and who believe that certain sightings merit further research. In the end, the investigation of UFO sightings and the prospect of extraterrestrial life is a vital avenue for investigating new ideas and points of view and for challenging the prevalent paradigms of our era. Let us know what you think about UFOs and who from Anonymous you agree with in the comments section below. And make sure to subscribe to our channel and be the first to know when we post new content.